I have to tell you something that might challenge everything you've ever believed about strength. The secret to building true muscle, muscle that lasts, that protects you, that carries you through the decades, isn't locked inside a gym, or buried in protein powders, or written on the labels of expensive supplements. It lives in something far deeper. It lives in the way you breathe, the way you move, the way you think. It lives in the quiet conversation between your body and your soul. When Yogananda spoke of strength, he didn't mean the kind that flexes in mirrors. He spoke of the divine current that runs through your muscles, the sacred energy that allows the soul to express itself through the body. He said that your body is a temple, and your muscles are its pillars, strong not to impress the world, but to serve the spirit that animates you. So when you lift, when you walk, when you move, you're not just shaping tissue, you're shaping consciousness. You're teaching every cell to remember what it means to be alive. Imagine this for a moment. You're 80 years old. The morning sun filters through your window. You rise easily from bed, your back straight, your movements fluid, your hands are steady, your breath full, your heart calm. There is strength in you, not the anxious energy of youth, but the deep grounded strength of a soul in harmony with its body. That isn't luck. It's not genetics. It's not a miracle drug. It's a way of living. And Yogananda knew it well. He taught that the purpose of building physical power isn't to worship the body, it's to awaken the life force within it. Because a strong body becomes a stronger channel for divine energy. And when your body, mind, and spirit are aligned, you don't just survive longer, you live deeper. In this teaching, we'll uncover 9 hidden secrets, timeless principles that bridge the wisdom of ancient yogic science with the modern understanding of strength. Secrets that will show you how to build not only muscle, but vitality, clarity, and longevity from the inside out. But before we begin, I want to ask something simple. Pause. Take a breath. Feel your chest rise. Feel the power already within you. And now type in the comments, Yogananda guide my health. Because when you declare your intention aloud, you awaken it. You're not just telling the universe what you want. You're telling your own cells what to become. You're saying, I'm ready to grow strong, in body and in spirit. Go ahead, take that small action now. It's the first repetition of this new kind of training, the training of consciousness. All right, beloved soul, your intention is set. Now let's begin. Strength, Yogananda once said, is not vanity, it is devotion. To build your body is to build your temple. And every muscle fiber is a prayer in motion. The world teaches us to chase power for display, to sculpt the body as proof of worth. But in truth, your muscles are not ornaments. They are instruments. Instruments of divine energy, meant to serve the light that moves through you. When you lift your arm, when you tense your core, when you rise from the ground, these are not random acts of biology, they are sacred gestures. The soul moves the body as a musician moves a bow across strings. The vibration it creates is called vitality. The sages of old never separated the physical from the spiritual. Yogananda taught that the body is the servant of the soul, and a weak servant limits the master. When your muscles grow strong, not through ego but through reverence, they become more capable of carrying divine purpose. Close your eyes for a moment, feel the strength already within you. Beneath the surface of your skin, every fiber is alive with intelligence. Each cell hums with the memory of creation. When you move with awareness, you awaken that memory. You remind your body, I am not flesh alone, I am spirit clothed in form. This is why strength matters, not for the reflection in the mirror, but for the reflection of your soul in the world. When your body is strong, your service is steady, your posture becomes prayer, your presence carries peace. Think of the spine, the great pillar between earth and heaven. Yogananda called it the highway of divine energy. When it stands tall, prana flows freely. The muscles that surround it are guardians of this sacred channel. To neglect them is to allow the temple walls to weaken. But when you strengthen them with love, with awareness, you keep the passage open for grace. Building muscle then becomes an act of worship. Each controlled repetition, each mindful breath is a mantra. Each bead of sweat, a drop of devotion. And when you understand that, when you stop training for your body and start training with your soul, something miraculous happens. Your energy deepens. Your focus sharpens. The restless desire for results fades, replaced by quiet joy. This is the spiritual nature of strength, not dominance, not pride, but harmony. To build your body in service of your spirit is to say, I honor the divine that lives in me. That is the first secret. Strength, at its highest level, is love made visible. Every living thing grows through rhythm, the eternal dance of tension and release, effort and surrender. Your muscles are no different. They do not grow while you strain them. They grow in the silence that follows, in the moment you let go. Yogananda called this the divine law of balance, the same law that governs the tides, the seasons, the heartbeat, expansion, contraction, action, rest, day, night. In every act of creation, there is will and there is surrender. When you lift a weight, you are engaging the will, your conscious effort to shape, to strengthen, to rise. When you release the weight, you are inviting grace, the silent intelligence that rebuilds and renews. Without one, the other is powerless. Too much effort, and the body breaks. Too much surrender, and the spirit stagnates. But when the two meet in harmony, growth becomes inevitable. Imagine your next workout, not as a battle, but as a conversation. You push, the universe responds. You exert, then you allow. You send energy out through the fibers of your muscles, and then you receive it back as life. Try this now. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale slowly through the nose, feeling the ribs expand. As you exhale, imagine tension melting away from your shoulders, your chest, your legs. Do this 3 times. Now with your next breath, visualize light entering through the crown of your head, golden, radiant, alive. See it descending into your body, flowing into your arms, your core, your legs. As it moves, it fills every muscle fiber with prana, the life force that animates all things. This is not imagination, this is participation. You are breathing the same energy that shapes galaxies, and it is shaping you in return. When you train your muscles, remember what you are truly strengthening is your relationship with that divine rhythm. Each contraction teaches willpower, each release teaches trust. One without the other is incomplete. The sages knew this long before modern science did. They taught that prana flows most freely through a body that knows both discipline and rest. A muscle under tension is a vessel of will. A muscle at ease is a vessel of surrender. Together they form the bridge between human effort and divine flow. So the next time you finish a set, don't rush to the next. Pause, breathe, feel the echo of the effort, the quiet rebuilding already beginning within you. That is grace at work, the silent architect of growth. This is the second secret. Do not chase strength with force alone. Let it find you in the spaces between. For muscle is built not only in effort, but in the surrender that follows, the sacred rest where the divine does its finest work. When Yogananda spoke of movement, he didn't speak of exercise, he spoke of worship. He saw every deliberate motion as a prayer offered to the infinite through the body. Because when the body moves consciously, it becomes a bridge between the physical and the divine, between matter and spirit. This is the third secret, conscious movement, training as meditation. Every time you move, you are moving energy. Each step, each lift, each stretch is an opportunity to awaken the current of divine force sleeping within you. What the sages called Kundalini, the sacred serpent of energy coiled at the base of your spine. When you move without awareness, this energy lies dormant. But when you move with intention, breath, and reverence, you awaken it, and your muscles, your nerves, your very heartbeat begin to vibrate with spiritual power. The next time you train, don't rush. Don't drift into distraction or count reps like a machine. Instead, treat the movement as a meditation. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the steady support of the earth. Feel the weight in your hands, the sacred resistance that teaches you balance. Breathe with rhythm. Inhale as you prepare, exhale as you release. Let the breath be your metronome, the pulse of your awareness. When you do this, something remarkable begins to happen. Your focus sharpens, your energy expands, and you begin to feel that you're not the one moving. Something larger is moving through you. The breath breathes you. The muscle contracts by divine command. You become both the lifter and the lifted, both effort and flow. This is how physical training becomes spiritual training. You are not only strengthening the outer fibers, you are refining the inner frequency. You are teaching your nervous system to hold more light, more patience, more presence. Think of the ancient yogis in stillness. Their postures were not for show but for awakening. Each pose was a living symbol, each breath a key. You can bring that same sacredness into anything, lifting a dumbbell, holding a plank, or even walking across your living room. Yogananda said, "The greater the calmness with which you perform your actions, the greater the power you command." So when you train, move with calm power. Don't rush, don't fight. Flow, feel how the energy rises from your feet, travels through your spine and fills your crown with light. Each repetition becomes a mantra. Each breath becomes prayer. You don't need incense or temples to touch the divine. The gym, your home, even a small corner of your room, these can all become sanctuaries if you move with awareness. So as you train your body, remember your true goal is not just strength, but presence. When movement becomes meditation, every exercise becomes sacred. Every lift an act of grace. This is the third secret. Train not only your muscles, but your awareness. Because when your body moves in consciousness, the divine moves through you. The fourth secret is the one most people forget, and yet it is the foundation of every heartbeat, every lift, every spark of vitality you will ever know. Breath, the forgotten power. Yogananda taught that breath is not just air, it is life itself. It is prana, the invisible current of divine intelligence that flows through all creation. Without breath, the body collapses. But without conscious breath, the spirit sleeps. In his sacred science of Kriya Yoga, Yogananda revealed that strength and longevity are not accidents. They are the natural result of harmony between breath, body, and soul. When your breathing is shallow, your energy is scattered, your mind restless, your muscles starved of vitality. But when your breathing becomes calm, deep and rhythmic, your entire being begins to align with a higher order. Every muscle, every organ, every thought feeds on the rhythm of your breath. The quality of your breath determines the quality of your strength. Think about this. When you strain during a lift or push yourself in exercise, what happens first? The breath tightens. The face hardens. The body tenses against itself. In that moment, the life force becomes trapped, blocked by effort, without awareness. Now imagine doing the same movement differently. You inhale as you gather energy, feeling the lungs expand like wings. You hold that light for a heartbeat, and as you exhale, you let the movement unfold naturally, guided by rhythm instead of strain. The air flows like music through your body, and suddenly the motion feels lighter, more precise, almost effortless. That is the power of conscious breath, turning effort into harmony. Try this now. Inhale slowly through the nose for a count of 4, letting your chest rise and your ribs widen. Hold for a moment. Feel the stillness between breath. Then exhale through the mouth for 6, releasing tension from your neck, your shoulders, your spine. Repeat 3 times. As you breathe, imagine you are drawing golden light into your lungs, prana, the life current of the universe. With every inhalation, it fills your muscles, your brain, your heart. With every exhalation, it sweeps out fatigue, doubt, and fear. Yogananda called this charging the body with cosmic energy. The more consciously you breathe, the more divine electricity flows through your nervous system. It sharpens your focus, strengthens your will, and renews your tissues from within. This is why great yogis could sit motionless for hours, yet radiate vitality, their bodies fed not by food alone, but by the breath of God itself. When you train your muscles, let your breath lead. Inhale through strength, exhale through surrender. Breathe into the movement, not against it. If you can master your breath, you can master your energy. And if you can master your energy, you can master your life. Remember, this breath is the bridge between body and soul. It connects the seen and the unseen. The length of your life is measured not in years, but in the calmness of your breath. So before every workout, every act of effort, pause, close your eyes and honor the sacred current that moves through you. Whisper inwardly, "Divine breath, move through me." This is the fourth secret. The power that builds true muscle is not found in motion alone, it is born in the stillness between breaths. The fifth secret might be the one that changes everything you thought you knew about building strength. Because it's not just about what you eat, it's about how you receive it. Nourishment with awareness. Yogananda taught that food carries vibration, a living frequency that shapes not only your body, but your consciousness. Every grain, every fruit, every drop of water is infused with the energy of the universe. When you eat without awareness, you take in only the physical substance. But when you eat with gratitude and mindfulness, you absorb the life force behind it, the prana that fuels your cells, your thoughts, your purpose. Modern nutrition measures calories, protein, fats, and carbs. Ancient wisdom measures vibration. Is the food alive? Is it pure? Does it carry harmony or disturbance? Yogananda often spoke of sattvic foods, those that uplift the mind and sustain vitality without agitation. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, pure water, these don't just build muscle, they build clarity. They keep the body light enough for the spirit to move freely within it. He warned against foods filled with tamasic energy, heavy, overprocessed, lifeless, which weigh down the nervous system and cloud the mind. Because when the mind grows dull, the will weakens, and strength without will is an empty shell. So before you eat, pause, look at your food, notice the colors, the scent, the shape, whisper inwardly, may this nourishment become light within me. This simple act transforms eating into meditation. When you prepare your food, do it with reverence. The way you cook, the way you serve, even the way you chew, these are forms of energy exchange. Chop slowly, stir with love, sit without distraction. Each bite becomes sacred. When you remember that the earth, the sun, the rain, and countless hands have joined in that moment to sustain you. And when you choose what to eat, ask yourself not only, will this build my body, but also, will this build my peace? Because strength that agitates the spirit is not real strength. There's a story from one of Yogananda's early students. He once asked the master, should I eat meat to gain muscle? Yogananda smiled and said, you are not building muscle, you are building magnetism. That one sentence carries a lifetime of wisdom. When your food vibrates with harmony, your entire being becomes magnetic, radiant, resilient, alive. Science now confirms what sages always knew: the energy you absorb from food influences the very chemistry of your body. The cleaner and calmer your meals, the more efficient your digestion, the steadier your energy, the sharper your focus. You recover faster, sleep deeper, and move with grace. So eat as the yogis did, with joy, not guilt, with presence, not hurry, with gratitude, not greed. Let your meals become silent rituals of devotion. If you eat in front of a screen, your attention fragments, the food loses its power. But if you bless it, breathe before it, and taste it fully, your body begins to listen. Your cells awaken to the energy you offer them, and they respond with strength and vitality. This is the fifth secret. True nourishment begins long before the first bite. Feed your body with light, and your muscles will remember what divinity tastes like. The sixth secret is one that most seekers, both in the gym and in life, tend to overlook. It's not found in motion, nor in the grind, nor in endless discipline. It's found in what comes after: rest and regeneration. Yogananda taught that all of creation moves in rhythm, day and night, inhalation and exhalation, effort and surrender. Nothing in nature grows without rest. The seed pushes through the soil only after it has slept in darkness. The ocean waves rise only because they first recede. And your muscles, your sacred instruments of strength, follow the same divine law. You may think your progress happens while you train, while you push, while you strain to lift or stretch your limits. But the truth is, muscles don't grow during work. They grow during stillness. In the quiet hours after exertion, the body rebuilds what effort has broken down. It restores balance, reweaves tissue, and recharges energy. This is not laziness. It's law. Even God, Yogananda reminded his disciples, created the universe in rhythm, 6 days of creation, one of rest. Not because he tired, but because rest is part of the creative process itself. Without stillness, there is no strength. Without silence, there is no song. So when you rest, do not feel guilt, feel reverence. You are giving your body permission to regenerate, your mind permission to integrate, your spirit permission to listen. In those quiet moments of sleep or calm reflection, your cells are not idle. They are whispering to each other in the language of repair. Your nervous system resets, your hormones rebalance, your heart finds its natural pace again. Energy, the same divine current you invoke through your effort, begins to circulate freely once more. Yogananda often said that silence is the altar of spirit. When you enter that silence, through sleep, meditation, or simply lying still in gratitude, you are not losing time, you are touching eternity. Think of rest as a spiritual practice. Before bed, sit for a moment and breathe slowly. Whisper a simple prayer: Divine Source, heal and renew me as I sleep. Let each cell remember its divine design. As you drift into rest, Visualize golden light flooding your muscles, your bones, your heart. See them glowing softly, rebuilding under the guidance of higher intelligence. When you wake, move gently, thank your body for its silent labor through the night. You did not grow weaker in stillness, you grew stronger. The ego celebrates motion, but the soul celebrates rhythm. Push then pause, exert then exhale. Just as the heartbeat alternates between contraction and release, your life too must learn to flow between doing and being. This is the sixth secret. Muscles and souls are not built in noise, but in the quiet wisdom of recovery. In stillness, strength is reborn. The seventh secret is one Yogananda returned to again and again, because it touches both the physical and the divine in a single gesture. You don't need equipment, supplements, or even movement to practice it. You just need to remember what your body was designed for. The power of posture. Yogananda said, an erect spine signifies an awakened soul. It sounds simple, almost too simple, yet this truth holds more power than most people realize. Your spine is not just a column of bones, it is the temple pillar of your being, the central channel through which energy, awareness, and divine intelligence flow. When the spine is straight, the pathway between earth and heaven within you opens. Prana, that subtle current of life, can move freely from the base to the crown, feeding every organ, every muscle, every thought. But when you slouch, when you collapse your chest or round your shoulders, that current becomes blocked. The body tires faster, the mind grows dull, the spirit feels distant. Weak posture doesn't just affect how you look, it affects how your energy moves. Think of posture as alignment with truth. The moment you stand tall, your breath deepens, your gaze steadies, your heartbeat calms. The body remembers its design, and the soul remembers its purpose. Let's make this tangible. Sit or stand where you are right now. Imagine a golden thread gently pulling the crown of your head toward the sky. Your chin softens slightly, your shoulders roll back and down, your chest lifts just enough for the heart to open. Your tailbone lengthens toward the earth, grounding you. Now close your eyes, feel your spine as a luminous staff of light, a bridge between the earth beneath you and the infinite above. As you inhale, imagine energy rising upward from the base of your spine, like a warm current climbing through each vertebra. As you exhale, see it descending again, washing away fatigue, doubt, and heaviness. That is not imagination, it's energy physics. In the yogic body, the spine houses the Sushumna Nadi, the main channel of consciousness. Every time you sit upright with awareness, you are literally tuning yourself to higher vibration. You become an antenna for divine guidance, a conduit for clarity and strength. Yogananda once said that posture is prayer in physical form. When you sit or stand tall, you are declaring silently, I am awake, I am ready, I am aligned. Even outside of meditation or exercise, this principle transforms you. At your desk, walking down the street, or lifting weights, check in, is my spine alive? Is my heart open? If not, pause, straighten gently, you'll feel it immediately. A wave of alertness, calm, confidence. Because posture does not just shape your body, it shapes your mood, your hormones, your destiny. A crooked spine sends scattered signals to the brain, an erect one organizes them. Over time, this habit of alignment keeps your energy clean, your mind clear, and your willpower strong. So whether you're meditating or moving through daily life, let every posture become a statement of awareness. When you lift, lift with a long spine. When you breathe, let the air travel through an open channel. When you speak, let your words flow from a body aligned with heaven and earth. This is the seventh secret. Posture is the architecture of energy. When your spine is straight, your spirit stands tall. The body becomes a prayer, and every breath a conversation with the divine. The eighth secret is where physical power finally transcends itself. It's where strength stops being about you and becomes about what moves through you, service and strength. Yogananda often said that true power is not measured by how much weight you can lift, but by how much love you can carry. The greatest strength is not domination, it is service. It's the willingness to use your energy, your body, your vitality as instruments for something higher than the ego's desires. You see, when you work on your muscles only for appearance, the growth ends with you. But when you build them as tools to serve, to help, to create, to protect, to uplift, the energy becomes endless. It renews itself because it's aligned with the divine current of purpose. Think of a candle. It doesn't lose its light by lighting another. In fact, the more it gives, the brighter the world becomes. Strength works the same way. When you use your power to serve, you tap into a well that never runs dry. There's a story of Yogananda helping one of his students move a heavy trunk. The student protested, saying, "Master, please, you shouldn't be lifting this, let me do it." Yogananda smiled and said, "The divine gives us strength not to avoid burden, but to carry joyfully what must be carried." He lifted the trunk with grace, not pride, with gratitude that his body could still serve the mission of love. That's the hidden key. Service keeps the spirit young. The body ages fastest when it becomes self-centered, when effort serves only vanity or comfort. But when you act from compassion, energy circulates in a different way. Your movements gain meaning. Your muscles become channels of kindness. Your fatigue transforms into fulfillment. Service doesn't always mean grand gestures. It begins in the smallest moments, offering your strength to help a friend move a chair, to carry groceries for an elder, to build something with care, to hold someone who is breaking. These are sacred acts, and they train the soul as much as the body. When you serve, you create an exchange. Your energy flows outward, and divine energy flows in. This is why people who truly give, often glow with a light that no mirror can explain. They are constantly replenished from a source beyond themselves. Let's make this practical before every workout. Whisper a simple intention. May this strength serve life. Afterward, place your hand on your heart and give thanks. Thank you, Divine, for this vessel that lets me help others. These small rituals turn sweat into prayer, repetition into devotion. Service also sharpens discipline. When you dedicate your effort to something bigger, a family, a cause, a dream that benefits others, you train with a cleaner fire. You show up even when motivation fades, because your work is no longer about proving worth. It's about expressing gratitude for the gift of life. And in return, life supports you. It strengthens the muscles of compassion, patience, and resilience, the invisible ones that matter most. So the next time you feel tired or uninspired, don't ask, "Why must I keep pushing?" Ask instead, "Who can I serve with this strength?" The answer will lift you. Because the truth is, muscles built for love do not decay. They are sustained by spirit itself. This is the eighth secret. Strength is sacred when it serves. When you move for others, you move with God. And in that service, your body becomes ageless, your heart forever young. The ninth and final secret is the one that binds them all together, the force that turns discipline into devotion, effort into transcendence. It's the bridge between your human power and the limitless strength that breathes through you. The union of will and grace. Yogananda called this the divine partnership, the dance between what you can do and what the infinite does through you. He said that human will is like a muscle. It must be exercised, trained, and purified. But even the strongest will, without grace, becomes dry and rigid, like a clenched fist trying to catch water. Grace, on the other hand, is the current that moves effortlessly through an open hand. It cannot be forced, it can only be invited. So what happens when these two meet? Your disciplined will and divine grace. That's when miracles happen. That's when the impossible bends. That's when strength ceases to be merely physical and becomes luminous. A strength of spirit that radiates through the body. You see, there are moments in every person's journey when the body trembles, when the mind doubts, when the heart whispers, "I can't." It's in those moments that will alone is not enough. The ego's fire burns fast and fierce, but it fades quickly. Grace is the breath that sustains it. Yogananda taught his students to act with full effort, but to surrender the results. Do your best, he said, then give the rest to God. Because divine partnership means you push, but you also trust. You strive, but you also let go. You lift the weight, but you know the strength that moves through your arms is not entirely your own. Let's make this real. The next time you train, notice the point where your body begins to resist, where fatigue sets in, where your breath grows shallow, where you're tempted to stop. Pause there, breathe deeply, and whisper inwardly, "Not by my power alone. Flow through me, divine." Feel the difference. The tension in your face softens, your breath steadies, the movement becomes smoother, almost effortless. That's the moment when will yields to grace. When you stop lifting against the universe and start lifting with it. This doesn't just apply to physical strength. It's the secret to long life, peace, and spiritual mastery. Every heartbeat, every breath, every pulse of vitality is a partnership. Your body provides the instrument, spirit provides the music. And here's the most beautiful part. When you align your will with grace, you stop fearing weakness. You stop measuring progress by what you can control. You start to realize that even your failures are sacred, that every limitation is simply another invitation for grace to enter. Because the strongest muscle isn't in your arms, or your legs, or even your heart, it's in your faith. Faith is the muscle that holds you upright when everything else trembles. It's the quiet certainty that even when you can't see the next step, you're still being carried. Yogananda once said, "When the storm rages and the waves rise high, the wise man says, 'The wind is God's breath, let me sail with it.'" That's the essence of this secret, to live as both the sailor and the sail, to act with strength and surrender in the same breath. So when you rise tomorrow, move with purpose. Train your body with devotion, breathe with awareness, serve with love, and when your effort reaches its limit, smile, because that's where grace begins. This is the ninth and final secret. Will is the spark, grace is the flame. Together they build a strength that no age, no burden, no darkness can destroy. The strongest muscle is faith, and the soul that trusts in divine partnership never grows old. Beloved soul, take a slow breath and feel your heart beating, that steady rhythm of divine life pulsing through you. May strength rise in you, not as pride, but as quiet power. May discipline become your devotion, each repetition, each breath, a prayer of gratitude for the gift of this body. And may vitality flow endlessly through you, guided by the eternal current of spirit. Remember, your muscles are not just flesh. They are instruments of light, temples through which divine energy learns to move. You are not just building strength, you are embodying it. You are not chasing longevity, you are awakening it. If this message has touched something within you, take a moment now to declare it. Write in the comments, "I build strength with spirit." Let that be your vow to the universe, that your body will serve love, your will walk with grace, and your life will shine with purpose. And if you wish to keep walking this sacred path of wisdom and vitality, like this video, subscribe, and join this growing circle of souls, remembering the true art of strength. May divine energy fill your limbs, your breath, and your heart. May you move through the years with steadiness, courage, and joy. You are strong, you are guided, you are timeless.